Good morning, High Tides. Did you see the eclipse that happened a few days ago? An eclipse isn't as mysterious as it seems to be. Here's how they work.
High Tides, have you seen the blood moon? This blood moon occurs twice every 3 years. This lunar eclipse happens because the Earth covers the moon, which restricts light that travels to the moon. Prepare yourself for the next lunar eclipse, which is on July 16th, 2019.
Space really is an interesting place, but our solar system isn't the only thing making some wacky plays. Our governing system is also having an eclipse of its own, as the government shutdown has now been lasting more than a month.
As of this airing, it would be day 34 of the government shutdown, making it the longest in history. With 380,000 federal workers being furloughed and 420,000 workers working without pay, this includes people working for agencies such as Congress, the Consumer Product Safety Commission, the Department of Agriculture, the Department of Energy, Department of Commerce, the Department of Education, the Department of Housing and Development, Social Security Administration, the Department of Labor, and the White House itself. However, the employees of these agencies are still receiving checks for $0, almost as a grim reminder that they might be homeless in a month. Naturally, workers have started applying for unemployment benefits, such as Will Kohler, a Ford Load tax examiner who would later find that his application is in limbo because the Treasury Department office that needs to verify the claim is closed as a result of the shutdown. Even if a government worker were to succeed in getting their benefits, they'd have to pay back every dime after the shutdown is over. According to the Federal Employment Issues Specialist, Deborah D'Agostino, apparently even picking up small ways of making money, such as driving for Uber or dog walking, can get workers in trouble once they're back on payroll. So to all those federal workers, just hang in there, because it doesn't look like it's going to end anytime soon.
With the way things are going, it seems like it's going to take a long time for our government to get back up and running. However, getting to school shouldn't take you a long time. But in the case that you are tardy, here's our new policy.
Hello, High Tides. As you may know, there's a new tardy system set in place. After 7:20, the front gates will be closed and you will be escorted on the side to the cafeteria. There, you'll receive warnings on your tardiness and violations on a uniform and missing IDs. After 2 tardies, there's going to be more harsh consequences. For 3 to 5, you're retained in the tardy center during first block. For 6 to 8, you'll also be retained in the tardy center, but you'll also have after-school detention. For 9 to 10, you will be remained in the tardy center during first block and have Saturday school from 9 to 11. It only gets worse from there. So, High Tides, be sure to not be tardy anymore and wear your uniform and ID.
To ensure you get to school on time, remember to get plenty of sleep the night before. Even more importantly, we should take some time for remembrance, those that we've lost in the past. Remember history so that we don't make the same mistakes. Let's remember the Holocaust.
In 1933, when Germany was faced with extreme economic hardship, Hitler, who was Chancellor of Germany, came into power. He guaranteed the Germans that he would lead them to prosperity and that his military actions would re-establish Germany to a placement of power in Europe. He used very strong propaganda skills to persuade not only the German people but many others that if he got rid of the people who were standing in his way to success and the degenerates and racially inferior, that the Germans would prosper. Hitler imagined a master race of Aryans that would take over Europe, and so began the Holocaust. Also referred to as a Shoah, was a genocide that killed off millions of people, including LGBTQ+ individuals, Romani, Slavs, especially Poles, members of political organization groups, Jewish people, and etc. His final solution was the complete killing of the Jewish people. It started with death squads in the east, which murdered some 1 million people in numerous massacres and then carried on in concentration camps, where prisoners were constantly rejected proper food and health care. Those too weak for labor were forced into the gas chambers, posed as showers, where carbon monoxide or hydrogen cyanide suffocated them. The bodies were then used for rugs, socks, and mattresses and burned. The remaining survivors were selected for slave labor or medical experiments. The Holocaust ended in May of 1945 with a total of 17 million people killed, including 6 million Jews. This killed off 2/3 of the total European Jewish population. While Jewish people were the main target, there were many other ethnic, religious, secular, and national groups that suffered from this atrocity. If you want to learn more about the Holocaust, books I recommend are Night by Elie Wiesel, The Book Thief by Markus Zusak, and Mouse by Art Spiegelman. International Holocaust Remembrance Day is on Sunday, January 27th, and we will never forget.
High tides. The past may be grim, but your future can be bright. Have a good weekend.